This lesson describes the Electronic Horizontal Situation Indicator, or EHSI, and its typical operational modes. The EHSI forms part of the Electronic Flight Information System, or EFIS, which is described in the early companion lesson on the Electronic Attitude Director Indicator. This lesson also looks at typical navigational and flight information displays and the color coding in use. However, different aircraft and equipment manufacturers may present the information in slightly differing formats. Each pilot has his own EHSI, which presents an electronically generated plan view of the aircraft's orientation. The instrument is traditionally located immediately below its associated ED, or Electronic Attitude Director Indicator, on the left and right instrument panels. However, an alternative and increasingly more common trend is shown here, which locates the ED and EHSI side by side on their respective instrument panels. A separate display control panel is provided for each EHSI. By means of 4 principal display modes, which can be manually selected, but substantial amount of flight information can be shown or overlaid. The 4 principal display modes are VOR, ILS, MAP and PLAN. VOR mode can be further subdivided into full VOR mode and expanded VOR mode. Similarly, ILS mode can be subdivided into full ILS mode and expanded ILS mode. We will look at all the modes in turn this lesson. The modes are selected using the controls on the EHSI section of the EFIS control panel, which is highlighted here. The control knob in the center of the EHSI control panel is the principal mode selector. Boeing uses the following conventional signs. Airbus and other manufacturers use similar ones. This is an active waypoint. It is colored magenta because the aircraft is on the leg to this particular point. Other route waypoints, for instance, those on the legs ahead of the present one, are shown in white. The blue triangle is what Boeing call an off-route waypoint. It means a known reporting point, usually in the local airway structure, but not one which your route follows. A blue circle is an airport. Next to it is the 4-letter ICAO identifier. For instance, Echo Golf Lima Lima is Heathrow. This 3-legged symbol is a navigation aid, usually a VOR. This one is colored green because we have tuned it on one of the aircraft VOR receivers. If it is colored blue, it means that it is in the vicinity and it therefore appears on the map display to show that it is available for use, but the VOR is not presently tuned to it. This white arrow appears in the bottom left corner of the EHSI display and shows the wind direction relative to heading or track, whichever is selected. This example means that the wind is from 1:30. It would only mean that the wind was from 045 degrees if the aircraft were heading north. Let's start by looking at the full VOR mode, so let's select VOR with the control knob. Firstly, we can see that in this mode a full compass rose is displayed on the EHSI screen. In addition, other flight information is displayed and we will work our way around the display in a clockwise direction, looking at the information provided. Starting in the lower right-hand corner, the chosen VOR frequency is displayed, along with a VOR2 from a non-seater, just above. Moving to the left now, the selected VOR source is displayed in the lower left-hand corner of the EHSI screen, which in this case is the nav to source. And just above this, we can see an instantaneous readout of the wind direction and strength. In the top left-hand corner, we can see the DME distance to the selected VOR. This figure will of course increase or decrease depending on whether the aircraft is tracking towards or away from the selected VOR source. Next, the current heading is shown in the window at the top of the compass rose, and in this example we can see it is a heading of 130 degrees magnetic. Note that the heading reference selected is magnetic north in this instance because heading may also be referenced to true north if desired. If we look now at the information overlaid on the compass rose, we can see that the course selection is displayed by the magenta course indicator, which in this case is showing a track set of 150 degrees. Any track deviation is shown by the magenta course deviation bar, which can move across a 2 left or 2 right deviation scale. Current track is shown by the white triangle on the inside edge of the compass rose. At the lower part of the compass rose display, we can see another white triangle. This is a VOR2 from pointer, which is provided in addition to the VOR2 from annunciator in the lower right-hand corner of the EHSI screen. We can see the pointer is confirming that the aircraft is tracking away from the VOR source. Finally, a magenta heading bug on the outside of the compass rose can be moved around the perimeter of the compass rose to indicate a selected heading. In VOR mode, we have the choice to select either the full compass rose display as we have seen in full VOR mode, or we can select an expanded VOR display by pressing the EXP arc button. In expanded VOR mode, we are also able to have a weather radar facility, so let's select weather radar on as well. The expanded VOR display on the EHSI shows approximately 90 degrees of an enlarged segment of the compass rose. In this display, the aircraft is represented by the white triangle at the base of the EHSI screen. In the lower right-hand corner, we can see the VOR frequency selected and also the VOR2 from annunciator. Instantaneous wind speed and direction are shown in the lower left-hand corner of the EHSI screen. With the selected VOR source displayed below, the DME distance is displayed in the top left-hand corner. The current heading is shown in the window at the top of the compass rose segment, and the heading reference selected is magnetic north. The selected track is displayed by the magenta course indicator, which we can see is set to a track of 150 degrees. Any track deviation is shown by the magenta course deviation bar, which as we now know can move across a 2 left or 2 right deviation scale. The current track is shown by the white line extending from the tip of the aircraft symbol to the compass arc. The selected heading is shown by the magenta bug on the outer scale of the compass rose. In expanded modes, weather range arcs are superimposed on the EHSI screen. In our example, we can also see some adverse weather conditions out to the left of the aircraft. Weather radar uses the colors green, yellow and red to depict areas of poor weather. Green indicates the least severe turbulence and red the most. The most severe turbulence, however, may also be highlighted in magenta. Let's now select the ILS mode. With an ILS frequency selected, the EHSI displays a full compass rose. This is full ILS mode. There is an expanded ILS option which we will look at shortly. Let's examine the ILS display starting again in the lower right-hand corner. Here is the selected ILS frequency. And here is the ILS source displayed in the lower left-hand corner. The course indicator now represents the ILS localizer and the course deviation bar shows the localizer deviation across a 2-dot left and 2-dot right deviation scale. DME, current heading, current track, selected heading and instantaneous wind speed and direction are all shown in the format which we should now be familiar with. In addition, of course, the ILS mode needs to display light slope information. And this can be seen to the right of the EHSI screen in the form of a magenta light slope pointer along with a 2-dot fly up, fly down deviation scale. ILS also has an expanded mode. The screen display is extremely similar to the expanded VOR mode. As we would expect, however, the fundamental difference between the expanded VOR mode and the expanded ILS mode is that the expanded ILS mode includes the light slope pointer and deviation scale. We can see the light slope pointer and deviation scale on the right-hand side of the EHSI screen. Also, note that a weather radar display is available with expanded ILS. Let's now switch to map mode. Here we have a plan mapping display of our route. Traffic information from TCAS, the Traffic Alert and Collision Avoidance System, can also be displayed along with terrain information from the Enhanced Ground Proximity Warning System, EGPWS. Once again, the triangular symbol at the base of the display represents the aircraft and flight information up to 90 degrees either side of track is displayed. Heading information is supplied by the appropriate inertial reference system. The compass rose segment can be selected to either magnetic or true north between latitude 73 degrees north and 60 degrees south and to true north only above these latitudes. The aircraft route is displayed as a continuous magenta line joining the programmed waypoints. The waypoints are added and erased as the flight progresses. The waypoint the aircraft is currently tracking towards is called the active waypoint and is displayed as a magenta star. Other waypoints making up the programmed route are called inactive waypoints and are shown as white stars. The distance to the next waypoint is shown on the top left of the display screen. And the computed time to the next waypoint is shown to the top right of the screen. Computed times are also shown adjacent to the other en route waypoints. Weather radar can be overlaid as we can see in the example here. Along with the now familiar display of instantaneous wind strength and direction in the lower left-hand part of the screen. Lateral deviations and vertical deviations from the selected flight path can also be displayed. The Flight Management Computer or FMC can predict events by combining current ground speed and lateral acceleration to show a curved trend vector shown here in white, or a range to altitude arc for climb and descent rates which we can see here represented in green. Off-route waypoints and navigation aids can be shown in their relative position to the aircraft's progress and a colored cyan. Lastly, we have the plan mode. With this mode selected, a static map background is displayed with the active route data orientated to true north. Any changes to the route may be selected at the FMC keyboard and shown on the EHSI display so they can be checked before they are entered into the flight management computer. This display needs careful reading because the top part of the EHSI display remains the same orientation as in map mode, that is track orientated, whilst the route section is north orientated. For instance, the route from Tobix to Logan is an approximate track of 0 to 0 true, not 150. There is no weather radar display with this mode, nor is wind speed and direction displayed on the EHSI screen. It is possible for pilots independently of each other to select any of the modes we have looked at. Weather radar is only available in 3 modes. These are Expanded VOR, Expanded ILS, and Map. It cannot be displayed in any of the modes. Finally, let's look at failure annunciations. Should a signal from a data source fail, the failed data source will be highlighted or flagged in yellow. Here we can see failure annunciations of the heading, the localizer, the map display and both VORs. Clearly, you would not normally expect to see all of these at once. This is a demonstration. In addition, faults may be displayed in message form on the EHSI display. The principal display modes are VOR, ILS, map and plan. VOR mode can be displayed in full VOR mode or expanded VOR mode. ILS mode can be displayed in full ILS mode or expanded ILS mode. The modes are selected using the controls on the EHSI section of the FS control panel. A full weather radar display is not available in full VOR, full ILS and plan modes. The information displays available in the principal and expanded modes should be noted. The compass rose may be referenced a magnetic or true north from the IRS between latitude 73 degrees north and 60 degrees south and to true north above these latitudes. EHSI modes can be independently selected on the captain's and copilot's control panels. Failure of a data signal is highlighted or flagged in yellow or may be in message format. The common symbols should be noted.